Hello everyone and welcome to one more first impression, a first journey into Don't Starve. Don't Starve is a 2D survival game on a 3D world. You will understand why I say this once we get into the game. Don't Starve is pretty much on the same basics as Minecraft or Terraria, but it runs on a different way. And let me tell you, so that you know my background, I am not the most experienced guy on Minecraft. I actually don't enjoy Minecraft one bit, although a lot of people do, just so you know. But Don't Starve, although it's using the same basics, it really fills me with full joy. I really enjoyed playing Don't Starve, and this shouldn't be called first impressions because I have more than 10 hours played on Don't Starve. And that's because there's more that meets the eye. When you first start playing the Don't Starve, it sounds and looks like it's very simple, but it gets more complex the further you go. Now there's one thing, and I want to stress out, Don't Starve is still in beta. It will be released in April, so bear in mind that the game probably is still not finished, and there's a lot of rough edges to smooth out. It's not one of those modern, last top-notch graphics. No, it's not. It shares the same art style as, for instance, Mark of the Ninja, which is another game made by the same indie company that made Don't Starve. And by the way, that's Clay Entertainment. It was made and published by that team. I want to tell one thing that troubled me on the start, which was getting the game to run on the full screen. Unfortunately, I had to go to the file that controls those type of options on Windows, on the Windows Explorer, on the settings.ini. I had to set it there for full resolution for my screen. So as you can see, there's not too many options, but that's fine. That's not one of the strengths of the game. Let's close it down. And another thing, Don't Starve at this current moment starts a little bit clueless. You are put into this world and you don't even understand why. They don't really tell you why. Because of that, and to work as some sort of introduction, I'm going to show you right now what I believe it will probably be the introduction cinematic to the game every time you start a game. Let's start a game and I'll try to explain the further we go on. We have here several slots for our game, and that's because you can have different games running at the same time. What kind of game would you like to play? This is something that intrigues me a lot. You either have Sandbox, Adventure, which is currently in test, as it says here, and Sandbox Custom, where you can customize your world. Now, I don't know the real difference between Adventure and Sandbox. Personally, and honestly, I don't know. I haven't noticed any difference playing from a sandbox to adventure. But let's choose sandbox, which is the basic of this game, I would say. And let's go! I want to show you sandbox custom, just so you see what type of things you can customize. The further we go on, and when the game is fully released, we will probably be able to customize the animals, the monsters, and the resources as well. Right now, you can only customize food, which is the food we have on the world. That's a carrot, indeed. That's a bush. We can choose more, lots. This is probably the default, like normal. This is probably more, and it's probably a lot more, something like that. Less, none. This will probably make your game much more difficult if you choose less food. You also have the other resources, like this bush over here. Let's choose it all default. And the world itself. There's not too many options on the world right now, but you could choose the day the season start, which is summer or winter. Yes, you have seasons in the world. World size, world complexity. This is starting to look, and it reminds me a lot of Civilization, which is a game that has this type of options at the start of the game, and the game that I really enjoy so much. Season, you can start by a long winter or a long summer, or having only winter, only summer. Again, I'm gonna choose default. I didn't actually choose custom to customize anything. It was just to show you. Here are the characters you can play at the start. Now, when you start the game with no experience whatsoever, you only have this guy over here, which is Wilson, the gentleman scientist. I will conquer it all with the power of my mind. Every character has a specific bonus, and you should play or choose the one you like most that adapts more to your game style. Now, the gentleman scientist grows a magnificent beard. How this is a plus? Simple. When you grow a magnificent beard, you can cut it out and use the hair from your beard to crafts, or it's probably of some ingredient of some awesome magic, something like that. You can pick the fire starter. Things are so much prettier when they burn. The fire starter is immune to fire damage. It's actually a girl, probably Wilson's girlfriend. It's called Willow. It starts fire in the dark. Now, in this game, you have daylight, you have dusk, and you have night. On the night, if you are not close to a light source, you start being attacked by monsters in the darkness. This is one of the strong points of the fire starter, and why I like her so much, because I don't have to grow a fire every time there's nighttime. And the third one, this is the last one I got so far, which is the Beariv. It's Wendy. Abigail, come back. I'm not done playing with you. Has visitors at night. I will try to play with Wendy in this first impressions. Right now I'm gonna play with the scientist, Wilson. It's generating the world. I want to play with Wendy because I haven't played with her whatsoever. So I want to see what type of bonuses is that. Visitors at night? We will see. So when you start the game with no experience whatsoever, you start it like this, with Wilson. Are you reading the sentences appearing in the loading screen? Because that's the type of humor I love so much. You start playing as Wilson, a scientist who has been transported and trapped on a mysterious wilderness world. You were trapped by a demon, and that guy is called, let's see, right now, I think we can see his name, Maxwell. That's how he's called. And here it is. This is the start of the game. We are trapped in this world. Day 1. A lot of things here in the interface that you can probably already wonder what the hell is going on. Now, we have here a counter for the days we pass on the world. The more we survive, the more chances probably we'll have to win. Now, the time is clicking, is counting, and I must do something. At the start, you don't have anything. You start completely empty and clueless. And if you over your mouse through things, you start seeing that you can pick up things. Pick grass, for instance. There you go. Cut grass. Examine. Ready for arts and crafts. Cool. We have here seeds. We have here more grass and more grass. I'm gonna pick up a lot of grass because that's one of the basic ingredients we'll need to survive in this world. Twigs are another one from saplings. When you hear this tinging, if you heard it, it means you can craft something. You can come here to the light. You can craft a torch. There you go. With grass and twigs. This is probably the first thing you will be able to craft. But do we need it to craft it right now? I don't think so, because we're still in daylight. So let's not just waste it out. Let's keep picking things. You can pick a flower as well. And a butterfly? Mainly everything that is in this world will have some type of use. It depends on your game style, it depends on how the game rolls. You can pick flowers. Now, I didn't know this at the start, but I've been learning. When you pick a flower, you increase this meter over here. What is this meter? This is, because you can probably watch the picture, you're probably already wondering. This is your brain. This is your sanity. When you are brought here to this world, you will constantly be losing the hungry state. You will probably lose health when you get hit by something. And we will start losing your sanity when you're in here. So your objective, your goal, ultimately goal, is to get out of here, back home. But to do that, you must survive. And to survive, you must keep your sanity up. You must keep your Mr. Wilson fed. And you must not let anything hit you, so that you lose health. A berry bush. That will give us some berries. If you watch carefully here, this is your inventory. And this is your UI, where you can craft things. Now, to craft an axe, for instance, I am in need of a flint. I've watched a flint around. Here's one. There you go. There. Another ting. Bling, whatever you want to call it, and we can craft an axe. So let's do it. There you go. I have now an axe in my hands, and I can probably now chop trees. Something that I couldn't do before. There you go. I have now a log. What can I do with this log? We will see. Now, there's several approaches to this game. You can come here and say, okay, my objective is to survive. I must survive and pick everything. Another approach is coming here to the UI and check what we can craft. And based on that, we can try and look for things that will be useful to craft said item. Like a farm plot. I'm in need, I already have grass, I'm in need of manure. In other words, poo! It grows seeds, so this is to keep us fed. We also have the science tab, where you can build a science machine that will unlock new crafting recipes. We have Alchemy Engine that does ultimately the same thing. And a winter meter. Measure ambient air temperature. This will tell you how close you are from winter. And winter, I must say, is a harsh time. Right now I have no worries with the weather. If I'm cold, if I'm cool. Here's a rabbit. Can I kill it? I will destroy you! No, you cannot, because it goes to the hole. How can you take him out of there? We will see. And now I'm gonna pick another flower. You can move the character with your keyboard, like this. You can change the perspective, like this. This is why I tell you... It's getting late, I need to make a fire. This is why I told you that it's a 3D world, because it is. In its essence, you can change the perspective, and that makes the world a 3D one. But the characters and the objects in the world itself are 2D. That's what makes this survival game a 2D game on a 3D world. Let's keep picking up some grass. Night will come soon, so I need to find a source of keeping some light up. This is the dusk moment of the day. This red bar over here. Oh. Oh, how cool! Oh no! I lost it to the sea. my god. There was a turkey on that bush. That has a chance to happen. And I managed to trap him and kill him, but unfortunately I couldn't pick up what he dropped because it was out to the sea, unfortunately. Let's keep up and chop one tree, why not? We will need these logs for something. Everything in this world as an use. So we can pick up some logs, and that tingling sound at ping also tells us we can craft some new thing. Now, a pine cone, what can you do with this? There are several things you can do with items. Right now, I don't have too many tools, so the only thing I probably can do with this is just plant another tree. When you chop down a tree, you can come up with two. How cool is that? I'm gonna pick up this flint and make up... Oh, I cannot make a pickaxe yet. To mine stones. That's what basically it does. Let's keep up picking things like grass and twigs. You can now check up the map as well. Here you go. This is the map for Don't Starve. And for the amount of zoom out you can do, you can already acknowledge how big the world can be. I'm not sure if it will fulfill all this area over here, but if it does, this is the heck out of a huge world. Now here's Mr. Wilson, and we can check up where several things are, like twigs, grass, the bushes. You can even see the sea or the river, whatever you want to call it. I think this would be so much better if it was blue. It's kind of darkish, so that's okay because it's some sort of darkish art style. I am max zoom out because I can zoom in a lot, as you can see. Whoa, whoa, whoa! It's becoming night, and we must build a torch. We could build a campfire. It's so dark, I cannot see anything. And equip it. There you go. I can see again. Now I have a torch in my hands. Now I could build a campfire, but because I'm not gonna be stationed here, there will be some point, pretty much like in Minecraft or other survival games, where you set up your home, where you build a chest to store things, where you build, in this case, on Don't Starve, where we will probably build the science machine. That will pretty much decide where we will stick to the whole game, where we will always come back and sleep, cook, plant things. That's several things you can do in the game. Let's keep checking what we can do here. We have a trap to capture small creatures. This is to capture those rabbits. We have backpacks to carry more stuff. I really need one of these. This is probably one of the first things that I always use or craft first, because we'll be able to carry a lot more stuff. Here you go. You can see the little backpack on Wilson there. Let's keep up picking things and start about thinking about a place where we will form our house, if you want to call it that. I haven't encountered any hostiles yet. That's good for the time being. Craft a science machine, we still need rocks and a gold nugget. To have that, you need a pickaxe to mine things. And to have a pickaxe, I need twigs and flint. So let's base our search on that. There's one flint. Probably one of the rarest, most basic items here in the game. And voila, a pickaxe. There you go, one more tool. Now, I need to find something to mine. And where is that? That's a good question. Every time you start a new game, you can either start on a previous played map or generate a new one, a completely new one. That's amazing. That pretty much gives all replay value you need. Although at the start, when you die and you start all over, if you die right here, it's done. It's game over. You won't get back to it. This is good. Do you have honey? There's a lot of bees. I'm getting out of here. Every time you do something on the game, it always starts these sounds and this music. This is so cool. The game reacts to what you do, and I enjoy that. Okay, they're going back, fortunately. There's a lot of rocks here, so there must be a gold nugget near. Here! Finally! A gold nugget. And that tingling told me that... There you go! I can now build a science machine. Let's do it. I think a very good spot is this road over here. Because when you walk over the road, you speed up so much. that it might be a good idea to have a road around. Now, there's some honey here, and bee houses. Oh, here's a good, interesting thing as well. An eye bone. Ouch, oh Jesus, I need to eat. I need to eat a lot. This eye bone is basically an item which if you keep with you at all times, you'll have this following you. A chester where you can store up things. And this guy will follow you around as long as you keep this eye bone on you. I have no idea if this is part of the lore of Don't Starve, but that's what I found and that's how it works. Let's build our science machine. There you go, let's build it down here. There you go. There's not too many trees around, and it would be a good idea to have trees around, but I will eventually try to plant some. Now, with the science machine up, we can have new recipes, new crafting recipes, as you were told on a tooltip. I can now build a shovel, a pitchfork, a razor to shave off your beard, a hammer, a lot more stuff. Over this department here. Oh, I need an alchemy engine to this one. You can also build a bug net, a fishing rod, a bird trap to catch birds, a straw roll to sleep through the night, and a tent. This is ultimately one of the things I want, a tent, so that I can sleep over the night and wake up during the day. Because night times here in Don't Starve are not that useful. You can refine the items you pick. So if you pick up grass, you can build a rope with it. You can craft a rope. There you go. And I can probably do some other stuff, like a straw roll. There you go. I need something to defend myself with. So it would be a good idea to craft a spear. There you go. Now they can come at me. We'll just destroy them with a spear. Another thing that would be a good idea to craft would be a log suit. It's basically a Kevlar, if you want to call it that. Have a bee mine, a sleep dart, a fire dart, a blow dart, and a football helmet. Protect your brain case. A tooth trap, a boomerang. This boomerang is awesome. But all these items, well, not these ones are pretty easy to pick up. But, for instance, a snowbird feather or a hound's tooth are more rare than, for instance, a rope. On the science department you have a dark sword, lucid dreaming damage. I'm gonna be honest, I've never delved into the science department here in the game. But, for instance, a meat effigy would be a very good idea. I can resurrect myself using science. Because when you die, it's game over. And you must restart another new game. If you lose a lot of stuff, you can cry whatever you want. The game just won't come back. This is the same process that we did with Mr. Wilson. And basically, this is your starting point for everything. Building an axe. And building a pickaxe. We are like this stranger in this world and people don't like us. One of the things that I haven't discovered yet to the fullest is this type of mysterious items you find throughout the map. Ring thing. It has no sharp edges. This is something that you can put on some ritual place, some altar that I've found on another game. But I still haven't completed that ritual and all the pieces I needed for the puzzle. So I actually don't know what happens. Maybe that's your way out of here. Building up that puzzle, picking up all these items and discovering them on the world. I'm gonna keep moving on this road and see where it takes us. As you can see, the map is pretty big. This is one of the most dangerous areas in the game. This swampy sort of thing. Because not only it randomly bursts these tentacles out of the floor, but because it's prone to have a lot of dangerous monsters. Here are the pig guys. There he is. It doesn't like this. Let's see if you can start a fight here between him and the tentacle. There you go. Go at him. Go at him. Go, 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 go. Start a fight. There you go. Maybe I can have the meat from the pig. Come on, go there. This is like a sissy way of getting things in this game. There you go. There's the meat. I have to pick up the meat and get out of there. There you go. I have something to feed with. Oh, here's a small village, actually. With a lot of carrots. Ooh, they're sleeping. I'm gonna steal their stuff. When you get near the houses, they just turn off their lights. The bastards. Oh, there's a turkey. He likes berry bushes. He likes berries. If you have berries, I often do this. I dig up my berries bushes. You can do that with wait a second, with a shovel. You can dig them out and take them, for instance, to your home, so that you can plant them and build your berries there. That's a good tactic, and I often do it. Here's another new thing that I haven't discovered yet, which is a wormhole. This is something to travel fast along the map. Now, when you first enter a wormhole, you have no idea where you will be taken to. Let's test it out. I emerge into this world once more. There. Wow, it took us from here to here. Whoa. Here. It's a pretty long distance. Look at that. There's no way of telling where we will be taken to. Oh! Look! Here's these pretty nice guys. This is like the second time I find these guys. They are normally hang around near these grass areas. And this is the manure I needed. This is the poo. I needed the poo. I'm picking up the poo. Yes. I'm playing a girl that is picking some poo. That's disgraceful. But this is one of the best ways of feeding yourself. Okay, let's see what happens. This girl... No, I'm not gonna eat the manure if that's what you're thinking. Darkness has swallowed me. Demon, show yourself. Whoa, taking damage? Okay. There was light. Now, I am surviving, they're not attacking me, but... As visitors during the night, I still don't have no clue. I would love to show you the game in a more advanced state, but due to the short amount of time we have on the first impressions, it's very difficult to do so. This game even changes to a winter state, where you must survive through the cold, you must have a torch on your hands at all times, you must build a more warm-up dress. Oh, and one thing I haven't mentioned, I just noticed now. When you start losing sanity to a very short point, to a very low point, you start getting, needless to say, crazy. And when that happens, if you haven't noticed here, there's a creature over there. Let's see to try and get closer to it. You start seeing things, and these things start killing you and getting your health lower and lower, and you basically lose the game. This game will be released on Steam on 23 of April in 2013. So I hope you enjoyed these first impressions, and I'll see you on the next one.